Hey everyone, can you hear me? All right, so can you hear me? Please, if you can hear me, let me know so that I'm sure that you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? So we're doing a test here. Hi, Sandra, how are you? Oh, okay, great. You can hear me also. All right, awesome. Okay, great. So we just have 9 minutes and we're going to just leave it open since it's just 9 minutes. So let everyone know that I'm live already, and so that they can start coming up. Okay. All right. So let everyone know that I'm live already. All right. So good to know that you can hear me. So tell everyone that we are live and let people start joining. Tell them that we are live. Hey, young and excellent club. How are you, Deborah? I can see you. Make a post on Facebook, go to your WhatsApp groups, and let people know that I'm live already, all right? Caleb David, good evening. How are you doing today? Caleb David. Go tell everyone that we're here. Go to your WhatsApp groups and let people know that we're here. Caleb, are you from which chapter? I don't see. How are you? So once you join, let me know your name and your state's chapter. Your name and your state's chapter. So you said, my name is, mention your name and mention your chapter. If it's JPI Lagos State chapter, you write it. If it's Imo State chapter, you write it. Okay. I want to know the states that's gonna have the highest representatives here today. All right. So make sure that you're commenting your name and also your state. All right. So Deborah, Oshu States. Okay. So I have Emmanuel from Abia State chapter. Okay. Make sure you go to your groups and let them know that they need to come and join as well as represent their states. Once they join, tell them to also mention their name and their states. Tonight is going to be an interesting night. Depending on where you're watching from, it's not night here. This is still afternoon here in Canada. All right, so we have Clement from Abia State, JPI Abia State chapter. All right, so be adding JPI to your name, to your chapter. So JPI Abia State chapter, JPI Lagos State chapter. Hi, Debris, how you doing today? Good to see that you connected with us. All right, okay. So once you join, you mention your name and then your chapter. To write your chapter, you have to write it as JPI Lagos State chapter or JPI Abia State chapter, right? So I want to know the states that are present here today, okay? So let's keep going. Make sure you go to your groups, go to your WhatsApp groups, and let them know. Say everyone join. Make sure you're sharing the link to them so that they can come aboard. Okay. We want more people to be present, right? We want more people to be present so that you're not just going to be the only one learning from me today. I want more people to be present here. So we have Ibuko from Edo State chapter, right? Anita from Abia State chapter. That's great. Awesome. All right. Then we have Debbie from River State chapter. All right. Smart from Abia State. Okay. Sandra from Delta State. Sandra, you're just the only Delta that I've seen here. Where are your people? Go to your groups. All state presidents and vice president, go to your groups and then let people come and represent their own chapter. Okay, Edo State, I can see you. Let's keep it coming. Make sure that your chapters are represented here. Make sure your chapters are represented here. All right, so I want us to hit like 50 before we start. So we are currently on 19 right now. So we need to hit 50 before we start. Remember our mantra, we believe that nothing is too big for our mind. So we're on 20 now. So once we hit 50, once I have 50 people here, and then we can start, okay? So make a screenshot and show it, post it in the group, and let people know that we have started. We need at least 50 people. We're 21 now. We have 21. Come on, let's keep it coming. 21 people, and then we will start. Kalechi from Lagos State chapter. That's great. Dikachi, good to see you. Imo State Vice President Sandra, good to also have you here. All right, so let's keep it coming. I need 50 people and then we can start. Esther has also joined, but we're still on 21. All right, we're still in 21. So we need 50 people and then we can be able to start. So go to your groups, let everyone know that we've started. Make a screenshot and post it in the group so that they can join. Hi, Chris from Oyo State chapter. Come on, let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. How many of you? Okay, we have 25 now. 25. So let's keep it coming. We will start very soon. So keep it coming. All right. You don't want to be the only one. So in JPI, we believe we have a philosophy. And our philosophy is that together we'll learn, together we grow. All right. So we just don't want to grow alone. You just don't want to learn alone. There are other people. Your chapter probably have over 500 or 400 people. So we should have a good number this evening. All right. Prince Will from JPI Abia State chapter. Good to see you. And then we have Debbie from Anambra State. Hey, Debbie, how are you? Good to have every one of you today. So we're in 28 right now. We need at least 50 people to be able to join this section. Kunle from Ogun State chapter. We have 32 right now. 32 people joining. Come on, guys. Let's do this. I need us to hit at least 50 and then we can start. We have Emmanuel. Emmanuel representing from Imo State. Okay. Imo State. All right. Olani from Oyo State. Clement from Oyo State. Okay. I have someone from Adamawa State. Okay, good to see you. Let's keep it coming. Once we hit 50 and we start, go to your group and let people know that we are live. Victoria from Edo State chapter. Okay. All right. Joy from Benue State chapter. Okay. I'm happy to see every one of you here. So let's keep it coming. You want your state to win tonight, the state with the highest number of representatives. So go let everyone know that we have started. Some people don't know, so you need to let them know. We have 34 now. We have 34 people now. 34 people. We have 34. All right. We have 34. I want us to hit 50 and then we will continue. We will continue. So make sure that you're sharing it in your group. There are people who are there. Let them come on board so that we can start. The theme of your conference, of your assembly, it's inspiring possibilities. And I want to share something very interesting with you today, which it's going to be the anchor upon which we are going to be discussing tonight. All right. And first of all, I want to say a very big thank you. Okay, I think we can actually start right now. Okay, so we can go ahead and start, so we don't have to wait for more people. All right, so it's very interesting for to see the level of the excitement, and I want to thank every one of you for your commitment towards your chapter's growth. It gives me joy and a great pleasure to serve as your global president. I want you to know that the JPI you are seeing today started many years ago. It started with a desire to break out and create a change. It started first with a desire, to be able to break out from a poor family. All I wanted to do was to change the course of things in my family. I desired a better life to an extent that I started doing things just to be able to allow my mind to be able to kind of, assimilate. It's more or less like what you call assimilation. Assimilation is more or less like it's not the real thing, but you are trying to create a prototype of the real thing. More or less like when you want to build a house, there's something called 3D model. 3D model. And you want to build a house, and then you create a 3D model that looks like the actual building you want to build. Now, one of the things that you must understand here today is about inspiring possibilities. It's not just a word, it's not just a statement. It's a combination of two words: inspiring and then possibilities. The truth is, you can inspire impossibilities. Some individuals can inspire impossibilities. And how do you inspire impossibilities? It is through the words of your mouth. Now, your language matters a lot. And this was one of the things that I took control over. And many people who don't understand this concept of modeling, some would think that, oh, you are living a fake life. It's far from being living a fake life. For you to inspire possibilities, then it means that you have to first of all believe in possibilities. If you don't believe in possibilities, inspiring possibilities will be far from you. My life, it's a testimony. My life, it's a testament that anything is possible. I say that again. My life, it's a testament that anything is possible. So when we say in JPI, nothing is too big for my mind and nothing dies in my hands, what are we trying to say? Is it just a mere word? Is it just one motivational statement? The answer is no. You see, you live in a world, in a country where there are so many things designed to frustrate you. I tell you this, you can be financially broke, but if your spirit is not broken, you will still rise. You can be financially broke, but if your spirit is not broken, you will rise. But if you're financially broke and your spirit is also broken, it's more or less like you have lost the battle. What does it mean to inspire possibilities? It simply means, first of all, that, see, even if you don't have the result, believe in the possibilities of that result. Even if you don't have the result, I said to you, believe that it's possible. Even if I don't have the results that I need in my life, I believe that it's possible. Write that. I want you to write that down. Even if I don't have the results, I believe that things are possible to achieve. You see, the concept of believing, it's a concept of framing. So many years ago, I wanted to be, I did a program and I wrote under that program, international speaker. A lot of people laughed at me. Many people. Some people said, what are you trying to do? Some said, you are forming. Some said, you are living a fake life. To those who said that I was forming, they were right. You know why I said they were right? Because I was trying to form something that was never in existence. A baby cannot become a baby until a baby is formed. So when people say to you, you are forming, tell them, yes, something is forming inside of me. Something great is coming together. When people say that you are forming, you tell them what, that something great is forming. It's coming together. And don't worry if they cannot see it, because it's pointless explaining a color to someone who is colorblind. Eyes that sees, that looks are common, but eyes that sees are rare. So when people say that, oh, you are forming, tell them what? Yes, something is forming. You may not see it now. But when I look at my life and I look at things that I've achieved, and I look at what God has done in my life, they aren't different from the things that I have been doing many years. Write this thing down. The dots will always connect backwards, not forward. The dots will always connect backward, not forward. The dots will always connect backward before you can move forward. What is simply, let me give you an example. You are someone who pays attention to networking, and then you started attending events, started building networking with people. You attended some events last year, last 2 years, last month. That's past tense. And then you met someone from that conference, someone who now introduced you, who now recommended you, or someone who was at a meeting where they are looking for a particular individual who can do a job. And then your name came up. The dots connected backward for you to move forward. The dots we connect backward. What it means is that everything you are doing today, nothing is away. You see, if you can, there's a reconnection. If you can still see me and you can hear me, please type yes. Type yes if you can hear me and you can see me. You see, one thing that people don't understand is this. Sometimes people think that what I am doing right now doesn't matter. It does. It is the same leadership that I've been teaching for years that I'm still teaching. It is the same leadership that have taken me to places. It is the same leadership, same thing for more than 20 years. All you need to do is to keep improving yourself every day. You see, the desire for immediate gratification will blindfold your eyes to see the growth that's already happening around you. The desire for immediate gratifications makes some people to blindfold some people from seeing the progress, the growth happening in their lives. The desire for immediate gratification, immediate reward, has blinded the eyes of many young people to the extent that they don't see the growth happening within them. For those of you in yours who are actively involved in your states, assembly, planning, designing, marketing, promoting, you may think that you are doing it for JPI. But I tell you something, there are skills you gain in life. Nobody will ever take it away from you. Just as those things that I used to do many years ago, there are still things that have contributed to my growth. I tell you a story. After my uncle took my father's inheritance, I was sent to the north to serve my uncle. I went to Bauchi State. And in Bauchi State, I was treated like a slave bought without a price. I'm the last person to always sleep and the first person to always wake up. It gets to a point that they started making me to cook. But guess what? Today they were giving me all the jobs. I was the one being asked to cook food. And they were not training their kids or asking their kids to cook. But what people, when people thought that they were kind of maltreating me, they were actually training and preparing me. So there is no experience that is a waste. It depends on how you interpret that experience. Write this thing down. No experience is a waste. It all depends on how you interpret that experience. I want you to write it down. No experience is a waste. It all depends on how you interpret that experience. Write it down. Write it down. No experience is a waste. It all depends on how you interpret that experience. No experience is a waste. It all depends on how you interpret that experience. I tell you a story of two young guys. Two people graduated from school and for years without a job, and they had that ugly experience. One said, "Oh, that his life is already falling apart." His interpretation from that experience was that things weren't going to be better. One said, "Despite these challenges that I face, I refuse to accept it as my reality." There is something that happens. You see, come on. We end all form of possibilities the moment we accept our experience as our reality. You will shut down all form of possibilities the moment you take an experience, an ugly experience, and accept it as your own definition, and accept it to be that it's over. It's not over until you succeed. Come on, write it down, write it down, write it down. It's not over until Jamie Padual, I'm successful in this Canada and all over the world. It's not over yet until my name becomes the only resume that I need to open doors. It's not over yet until I'm able to fill an aircraft with young people and transfer and travel with them across the world. It's not over until I succeed. It's not over. And I'm saying this to ignite fire in your spirit. It's not over. If there has to be one person who will succeed, then it has to be me. It's not over until you succeed. You know, you have to get to that point in your life where you have to say to yourself, where you have to develop that possibility mindset. Because without developing a possibility mindset, a gold in your hands will look like a stone. Without developing possibility mindset, you will begin to interpret events that happens in your life as evil plans of the devil. It's not over until I succeed. It's a hashtag it's not over until I succeed. It's not over until I break the chains of poverty in my family. It's not over until the name Jamie Pajuo becomes a household name. It's not over until government begins to come to us for solution. It's not over until we raise 1 million young Nigerians. It's not over until we build a community of young leaders and entrepreneurs who will stand on their ground, undefeated, unbroken. It's not over. So inspiring possibility is not just a statement of faith. It's our reality. I want you to pay attention to this. We live in a time where people are making different confessions about speaking negative things. But I want you to be careful of what you speak, because the words that you speak, they are spirits. What happens is that when you speak negative things into your life, you are constructing negative outcome. This thing is not motivational. Many people who don't understand it, they think that it's motivational, but it's not. It's not. It's not. So there is nothing that happening in your, many things will happen in your life, the good, the bad, but irrespective of what happens, mind how you are interpreting the event happening in your life. Be careful not to conclude that it's over when you are just starting. Are you hearing me? If you can hear me, type, I can hear you. Be careful not to conclude, not to interpret an event happening in your life by saying or by thinking that you are not qualified. Oh, I don't have what it takes. You see, I don't wish, you see, I don't know if sometimes it's important for you to understand that the world, it's never the same. Especially countries like Nigeria, when price of things goes up, it doesn't come down. But our greatest desire is to get to a point, our concern, our priority is to, no matter what comes our way, train your mind to be undefeated. No matter what comes my way, I refuse to be defeated. I refuse to be broken. Because a broken spirit means that everything is broken. I've had ugly experiences in life. I've had the worst experience of watching my sister die because we didn't have money to pay for hospital bills, and she died. So when you see me running, when you see me talk the way I talk, when you see me act and do the things that I do, it's because of what is driving me. And at every point in life, one thing I've discovered about challenges is that the moment you overcome one, the next minute you are confronted with another, more bigger and more stronger. The moment you overcome one, the next minute you are confronted with another one, more bigger and more stronger. So what is the way forward? What should we be doing right now? Even if you cannot protect or increase the outcome, protect what is within you. Protect what is within you. Protect your confidence. Protect your faith in God. Protect your spirits. Nigeria can take away everything from you, but never allow it take away. Never allow it to break your spirit. Because the moment your spirit is broken, you are defeated. But as long as your spirit is not broken, it's just a matter of time. You will transform everything around you. At the point when I was still sleeping in church, in fact, one incident happened one day. I almost denied myself. My name was everywhere, but my pocket was dry and broke. And so one day I was in a KK, and then this lady looked at me and said, "Excuse me, are you not Jamie Pajuao?" I almost denied myself because of the shame and the reproach. You know, the way most people in Nigeria have a way of making you look like you are the only one who has not achieved anything. Even someone who is inside KK is wondering why I am inside KK. Can you imagine? That's the world we live in. Someone who is inside KK is wondering why I'm inside KK myself. Not that this person is riding Rolls Royce and then I'm not inside KK. Never allow anyone to break your spirit. Never allow words to break your spirit. Never allow what people say or do. Someone who doesn't have what I don't have is trying to mock me for not having it. And I almost fell for it. I almost denied myself. But at some point I said, never. I said, yes, I'm Jamie Pajuao. Why are you inside KK? And I asked the person, why are you inside KK yourself? When people bring those words to break your spirit and mock you down, give it back to them. Refuse to accommodate it. Refuse to entertain it. Why are you not married? Ask them, why haven't they married you? Why haven't you do this? Why find something that is missing in their life and also hit them? Take it, push it back to them. Never accommodate those words, because words are powerful. What you admit within you can break your spirit. So protect your spirit. For those of you who are not Christians, I want to use something in the Bible to make a reference. The Bible said the spirit of a man is a candle of the Lord. It's a candle of the Lord. A candle. And what do you do with candle? When you lighten it up, you can see with it. If the spirit of a man is a candle of the Lord, make sure you protect that candle, which is your spirit. And never allow the light of that candle to go off. And how will you allow the candle of your spirit to go off? It is when you allow the things happening around you to affect the things happening within you. There are two different things. That's why you can never see me joining anything that is trending in Nigeria. You can never see me post anything trending. You can never see me joining conversations. You can never. Because I censor what comes into my spirit. I'm responsible for what I allow into my spirit. There are conversations that you will never see me. Anything trending in Nigeria, I don't notice it. Because I am too intentional. I'm a man on a mission with a vision to transform lives. And for me to do that, there is a need to maintain an absolute focus. Because the moment your focus is altered, you'll be diverted to another destination. Think about it this way. You are driving. You're supposed to be looking out straight. And then suddenly you start looking at your right, left. What's going to happen? You can have an accident. And in this case, it's not a physical accident. Those things happening serves as a form of distraction to take away your focus. And anywhere your focus goes, your energy will flow in that direction. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Anywhere your focus is, your energy will flow in that direction. So and your resources will also flow in that direction. When you put your focus on things trending, your energy will go towards things trending instead of going towards things that will better your life. Protect your spirit. That's one thing that I ask of you. You may not have money, but there is something within you that the environment and the system is targeting. Your spirit. Your spirit. Make sure there is enough fire in there to burn everything that represents smallness, small thinking, negative words. Taking in enough fire and let that fire burn everything that is not designed for your growth. Protect your spirit. Your sales might not be going down, might not be going well. Don't allow it break your spirit. You probably don't have money, you don't have what to eat. Don't allow it break your spirit. You probably may not know haven't find a solution to your challenges. Don't allow that break your spirit. You probably may not have gotten married. Don't allow that break your spirit. An unbreakable spirit can resist any fire and any bullet coming from the external world. The spirit of a man is a candle. That's one thing I want you to know today. Protect your spirit. Guide it. Because we are in a time where there's so much. There is no day you will go to Instagram and you will see something inspiring and happening. It's always one thing or the other. Things designed to get you depressed. You know why people get to a point where they start thinking about suicide? It's because their spirit has been broken. A man or a woman with a broken spirit can do anything, including taking his or her life. I have seen people being in worse situation in life before, and yet they survived. And I've also seen people be in the same similar situation and they end it all. A broken spirit will keep you inspiring. We keep you going, even in times of difficulties. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Miracle, Sandra, Sophie, Gloria, all of you listening to me, protect your spirit. That's the gateway for many things, for evil and for good. Anything that can break your spirit has not won the battle yet. Anything that can break your spirit, financially you might be broke. Don't worry yourself. It's a matter of time. Money will come. But the moment you allow your spirit to be broken because of the government, you see, I made up my mind. You will never see me. I made up my mind many years ago not to sit down and discuss the problems in Nigeria. I am too focused. In fact, Dr. Blessing was speaking to her team in the UK, and she was referencing me. She said, Jamie's focus is too focused. And that's true. That's true. That's true. So don't think that, because I live in Canada, because I do this. The truth of the matter is that I have done things even while I was still in Nigeria. I was still living in a church, sleeping in student church. A moment, please, just a moment. All right. So I was still living inside children's church, when I first hosted a conference for women. That was in, I think, about probably 2013 or 2014, thereabout. I've been in worse situations, but none. I didn't give any of those ugly situations an opportunity to break my spirit. And that's why I am where I am today. So when we say nothing is too big for my mind, what we are saying is that we open up our minds to possibilities. It's a word. See, your job is to first believe that it's possible. Write that down. My job is to first believe that it's possible. Even if you can't afford it, believe first it's possible. There is something that it does to your inner being. Believe first that it's possible. What I see today is people who speak so negative, and then you wonder why negative things are happening. Your first job is to believe that anything is possible. If I see what I cannot afford, I will say to myself, I will buy it in the future. I will buy it in the future. When you are shopping online, there is something called carts where you put in things. That's what I do. When I see anything good, I don't say, all these criminals. Not them. You must have done ritual. That's a poor mindset. That's poverty speaking through you. Whenever you see rich things or rich people, and your spirit is antagonizing them, there is a problem. You cannot attract what you attack. You can't. Because as a man thinks in his heart, so he's going to be. Believe. You see, what will it cost you to believe that things are possible? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So I trained myself to believe that anything is possible. Anything is possible. Another important thing I want to speak to you today is about this pressure of time. There seems to be, it seems to be a factor that is now affecting a lot of young people. The pressure of time. If you know about the bamboo tree, the bamboo tree takes 5 good years not to grow upward, but to gain roots downward. Bamboo tree takes 5 years to gain roots downward. And when it's after 5 years, it will take 6 weeks to grow 80 feet long. The pressure of time, the desire to get immediate gratification and reward, it has made a lot of people to lose the concept of service. It has made a lot of people no longer pay attention, attaching themselves to service. Many years ago, you see, when you see this picture of me and President Bill Clinton, it was not money that took me there. It was someone that I rendered voluntary service to. That's why I want to say this to all the state presidents, the vice president, the executives, and you, the members. If you're just joining JPI and you are thinking, oh, what am I going to get? Are they sharing money? This is not your place. This is not a place. The reward will come. The money will come. But I tell you something. Life will reward you based on who you are. Life will reward you based on who you have become. People will pay you based on who you have become. People will value you based on who you have become. That's why my greatest work every day is to keep working until my name becomes the only resume that people around me will need to gain access to places. Mark my word, a time is going to come when you say that you are a member of JPI, doors will open for you. I'm not a prophet, but I see things. A time is going to come that when you say that you are a member of JPI, you will be respected, you will be given a special treatment, you will be honored, and you will be welcome. A time is going to come. Because what we are building, it's a community of transformed minds that will transform things. Hello, did you hear that? We are building a community of transformed minds that will transform systems. We are building a community of transformed minds. Our target is the mind. Our focus is the mind. It is the root of all things. Our focus is the mind. Because a transformed mind will transform anything, no matter how ugly and how bad it is. A transformed mind can transform anything. A transformed mind will transform anything. So we are building a community of transformed minds. So our target is the mind. We believe that if we can fix the mind and transform the mind will transform many things. The mind will transform our financial problem. Because the mind, a transformed mind, will create value and offer value to people that will bring in financial reward. Focus on becoming. Focus on becoming. I know you want money. Money is important. But as you are looking for money, as you're working towards improving your financial life, also don't neglect your self-development. Because your worth in life will be measured based on who you are, not based on where you work. Your worth will be measured based on who you have become, who you are. That's why I said a time is going to come when you say you are a member of JPI, doors will open. Because we would have built a formidable system that people, it will be so obvious that these ones are special breed. It will be so obvious that when you hire a JPI member, he comes into your organization with a transformed mind, ready to transform things. A time is going to come when you put on your CV that you're a member of JPI and you put your state, you'll be given that position because of what? Because of how visible, because of how difficult it will be to deny our results. So when you see things happening, don't just watch it happen. Be part of those making it happen. I want each and every one of you to know that if I didn't protect my spirit, we won't be here talking today. Because I have been in worse situations. Many things, events has happened in my life that had the capacity to discourage me. But you know what? The only thing that can break you down is when your spirit is broken. As long as your spirit is not broken, it's just a matter of time. And you know what happens with time? With time, all things will be made beautiful. With time. It's possible for me to live in Canada and shut down ears and say it doesn't concern me. But I'm not created to be that way. That would be an easy way for me to die unfulfilled. My joy comes from seeing what? People's mind being transformed. I may not give every one of you money, but mark my word today, who you are becoming in the process of being part of JPI will transform many things within you. So don't be blindfolded. Don't think that something is not happening. Change always starts from within. And because nobody sees it, that's why people think that nothing is happening. But it gets to a time is going to come when they begin to see the results of what has happened on your inside. People will begin to rush towards you. Focus on becoming a person of value, because with who you become, you will surely have those things you don't have now. My uncle took the house, my grandfather's house, because my father didn't build any house. But today, we own a house in Canada. But today, I built a house in Nigeria, in my village. What I built there, I built that house to regain the lost glory of my family. So don't worry about the things you don't have. I want you to know that this life will reward people who have positioned themselves as valuable players. So sometimes I get messages and people send me DM. To them, they think that if they tell me their problems and their solutions, and that will elicit pity. Don't ever position yourself as a vulnerable person, as a liability. People don't want to associate with liabilities. That's one way to destroy relationship and close doors. No matter what you are going through, never sell or introduce yourself poorly. So I'm going to leave you with this word. To inspire possibilities, you must believe in it. You must believe in possibility. Because if you don't believe in possibilities, how will it happen in your life? I wish I can continue with you, but I want you to take this fire to your states. Make sure that October 12th is a reality. Join forces. Send the admin messages. How can I contribute? How can I be part of this? I just don't want to be a member, a sitting member. I want to be part of this. Make your state work. What we are building is something that government cannot do. Then let's do it for ourselves. Let's do it for ourselves. I left my comfort. The level of commitment that I have, it's not to Nigerian government, but to the young people of Nigerians. Even if I don't have faith in the system, I have faith in you. Because inside of you lies so much on your inside. And with time, we will have so much resources that we will begin to empower people, even financially. But for now, we are focusing on transforming the mind. All right? So October 12th, it's a reality. Make sure you support your state and make sure that day, tell people about it, get people to register, be part of it. Don't just wait for the executive to do things. Get involved. That's the only way you will be noticed. I want to get a report from your president saying, oh, this our member, he or she is super amazing. That's the kind of report I want to get. And together, we will fight everything that represents smallness. We will fight, not the physical fight, but the weapons of our warfare. They are not carnal, but they are mighty through God. And with that, we will pull down every stronghold and every mountain standing on our way, because we believe that nothing is too big for our minds and nothing dies in our hands. I pray for every one of you today, no matter what's happening around you, right? Remember who you are. It's not over until you succeed. Thank you so much, and God bless every one of you. All right, so take a screenshot. Make sure you spread this on social media to your group. And I'm looking forward to, by God's grace, by next year, we're planning a state tour where I will have the privilege of visiting each state. It's going to be a long journey, but I want to do that because I want to be able to visit a particular each state and sit with you, and we have one-on-one conversation. Who is excited about that? It's going to happen next year. We'll visit different states. All the states where we have JPI. Are you excited about that? So that's why you must have to grow your chapter. The goal is to hit each state, hit over 1,000. The least you can have, it's 1,000 members. You can grow more than that, but if your state is not up to 1,000, don't leave it to the president or to the vice president or to the executives. Join force and let's build that system that we also leverage. We will leverage on it and to do many great things. Thank you so much, every one of you. I want you to know that nothing is too big for your mind, and nothing will die in your hands. God bless you all. Bye.